There's only one reason I'm here today. The only reason I'm standing here today is because I went to prison. When I was CFO of Enron, Enron was the 7th largest company by revenues in America. I was never invited to speak anywhere, not one time. Now I'm invited to speak somewhere around the world every week if I wanted to do it. But it's only because I went to prison. That's my distinction. It is an awful distinction to have. It's something I wake up, I think about every morning, and I'm embarrassed about every morning of my life. But that's why I'm here. I got both of these for doing the same deals. How is that possible? How is it possible to be CFO of the year and go to federal prison doing the same deals? How is it possible to be CFO of the year and commit the greatest fraud in corporate American history doing the same deals? And let me make it a little more difficult for you and tell you that every single deal that I did at Enron when I was CFO was approved by Enron's accountants, the outside auditors at Arthur Andersen, Enron's attorneys, Enron's outside attorneys, the bank's attorneys, and Enron's board of directors. And no information was withheld. How is that possible? Think about what just happened. 2 minutes ago, unanimously, 1,500, 2,000 people raised their hands and said, "This is unethical. I will not approve it." The only thing that changed between then and now is I told you the rule. And now, with the exception of about 10 of you, all of you are like, "Yeah, that's okay with me. I'm in." I told you the purpose of this talk today was to try to put you inside my head when I was CFO of Enron, to show you how it was working. Focus on rules and not substance or ethics. So no offense intended, but welcome to my world. And that's meant to make you uncomfortable. It's meant to make talking about here is a strange phenomenon where you can follow all the rules and yet still be committing fraud. That should make everyone very uncomfortable. After this 3-week tour, showing this video every day, I sat down with the chief risk officer of the accounting firm, and I thanked her and let her know how much I appreciated that she included me in their programming. But then I asked her, I said, out of all the people in the world you could have chosen to talk to your clients, why did you choose me? And she looked at me and she said, "Because you say things to our clients that our auditors are afraid to say." I've heard a lot of scary things in accounting and finance. That was the scariest thing I ever heard. Think about the implications of that. Okay, you're finance professionals. Your auditors may be afraid to tell you what they're really thinking. The challenge, in my mind, is not convincing people to do the right thing instead of the wrong thing. I really believe that 99.9% of the people in the world, and especially within a room like this, want to do the right thing, want to be ethical. The challenge isn't choosing right versus wrong. The challenge is knowing when you're even in that ethical situation. Causing your brain to recognize every way I could find to technically comply with the rule, but to get around the point, the purpose, the principle, the spirit, whatever you want to call it. I did it. And in so doing, I caused a great deal of harm, not just financial harm, but a lot of personal harm to people as well. And so I had to look at my son and say, yeah, I deserve to be here. And in fact, I said to him, I think it's a miracle that my sentence was as short as it turned out to be, considering the amount of damage I caused. What a 15-year-old boy understood in a matter of seconds, it took me until I was 45 to finally realize. So on that cheery note, I'm going to say thank you very much for including me in your program today. Best to you.